welcome to If We Were Creative, episode 4. It is February 20th, 2024, and let's get this thing rolling. Adam, how you doing today?
Doing great. How about you?
Man, I am pumped up, honestly, and getting ready for my favorite season here as we go towards not just WrestleMania, but we get Revolution, the NFL Draft is coming, Daytona just happened. It's kind of that little lull off the Super Bowl to get to what we're at now, but a lot to be excited about. Elimination Chamber is one of my favorite specialty matches, so we get that this weekend too.
What an interesting finish to the 500, by the way. What an absolutely interesting finish to the 500. As a William Byron fan, I'm happy for him. That is not the way I want that race to end.
Yeah, I got destroyed in fantasy, so that's going to be one of those things I have to deal with, I guess. But
I went from winning several hundred before the Chastain crash to losing a little bit of money.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts big.
That's NASCAR. That's super speedways. That's why you never check your lineups until about 10 minutes or 10 laps to go.
So with that in mind, The Rock's been doing some stuff in racing lately, right? Kind of showing up, and I got to talk about this Rock heel turn right now. When we talk about the show, I will give WWE credit here in that they are at least trying to listen to the fans, even if it's kind of clunky how they're doing it. With that said, this was really clunky Friday. Before I go too far into that, though, what's your impression and what do you think coming out of Friday's promo and the press conference, and where do you fall with all this?
The biggest thing for me, Ben, was the respect given from Rock to Roman, because let's face it, that press conference was a little Roman got little broed.
Mm-hmm.
So, which I have heard a lot of people say, so I'm probably stealing that from several sources. So apologies, kudos to all of you saying it. But when he said at the end, if you smell what the bloodline is cooking, yeah, it's about time, right? Like that, he actually is like, okay, they have quickly gone away from the fight for the head of the table to we need to get rid of this Cody problem, acknowledging Roman as the head of the bloodline, as the head of the table informally. But that was the biggest takeaway for me. And also kudos to the Rock for not overusing Cody crybabies, because that could get very stale very quickly. Keep it in your back pocket or whatever. I still have no idea how we're getting to Mania, but he did say one thing interesting: keep quiet and something about, let The Rock take you on a ride, or however he phrased that. And I'm like, okay. That's kind of the nod to everyone else going, this is going to be one heck of a month and a half ride.
Absolutely.
What about
you? Weird's the word I kept saying. Rock did his job. Rock put Roman over in the moment. He clearly set himself out as a very obvious heel. It's credit to the man for doing business. But it just felt weird. It felt very forced. Again, we've seen the last 10 years of Rock coming out and being the kissing babies and doing all those things, and now it's to go to this level of, all right, I'm gonna just take thinly, just straight up shot that it felt weird. Even going as far as saying fat chick was kind of like, what? That threw me off too. Is going a little bit to the next level of a little bit, I don't know, weird. It's just weird.
He can get away with it.
He can. Because we also know his character. We know he's the girl dad. We know.
Of course.
So we know this is coming from a better place. But it still felt weird.
Very weird. I will say one thing. I saw something on TikTok or wherever it was where, show's off, cameras are off, Rock's walking around the ring. There's this kid at ringside and he's trying to stay in character. Looked at the kid, did a quick little fist bump, and then moved on. So he's he's a man of the people. He's very charismatic, and he knows what's best for business. He's not just gonna outright screw over everyone else. He's still a good dude. The same way the heels will do the same thing, and they'll break character for people. But I thought that was just a little nice. Now, just because he's turned heel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where he says Rock heel is the best Rock, though. I think the promos are going to be good. What if? Let's fantasy book here for a minute, because I've heard this from multiple people. Alex Guzman, I think is his name on TikTok that I follow. Wrestling creator said something about we still don't know who the elder is that sent Solo. And they say the Rock is the elder that sent Solo. Is this going to be the ultimate swerve at Mania, where the Rock has just about had a note where Roman goes to pin Rock in a triple threat to let Cody not get the title, still pins Rock, and gets to showboat? Or is that going to be the point where, after a failed pin attempt, Rock goes, wait a minute, I've had enough of this, calls in Solo, and goes, it's time. Solo turns face, Rock turns face during the match, and then we get the culmination of who's the elder that sent Solo. That's why I was expounding upon on his idea, because Alex thinks Rock is the elder that sent Solo. And if that's the case, well, obviously, you could tell this story if that's where it was going to go.
Right.
Oh, we want Cody movement. This is Mania 30 with Brian Danielson all over again, or Daniel Bryan. This is Kofi Mania all over again. This is fans saying, we love what Roman's been doing for the last 4 years. We don't give a F about him breaking Hogan's record. It's Cody's time. And that's what they ran into with this. Rock Roman is a year to 2 years too late. Rumor was it was supposed to be last year. Rock's schedule wouldn't allow it. Fine.
Yep.
That's fine. So, do you think, again, let's just fantasy book, triple threat at Mania, Cody, Rock, Roman. Can you see a Rock face turn during the match? And do you think that he's the one that sent Solo?
I do think he's the one that sent Solo. I don't see him face turning. I think he's side of this, though, with Solo and gets dirtier yet. You can't turn babyface while not putting Cody over in the situation. The fans won't allow it.
Well, if he leaves the ring to go defend against Jimmy or Heyman and allows Cody to go one-on-one with Roman with no outside interference, I don't know.
What I could see, and again, it's possible, right? Anything's possible. So that's why we watch. But I would love to see it be where it almost turns into a lumberjack style match. If you have Seth there with Cody, you have Rock there with Roman. There's pieces there that can all work together, right? But I would love to see it come out to the point where Cody beats Roman, and then Rock comes in to console Roman, and then just goes off on him. Hit him with a rock bottom, I don't care, whatever. Do the whole thing and set up a night 2 match. Which I talked about before. Bayley and Io will get screwed out of a main event one way or another. That's going to happen.
I do not want to see that happen. That's why I'm trying to hold to leave the night 1 main event the F alone. Also, by the way, if we actually want to do this properly, we have 2 Rumble winners. We have 2 nights. Both get to main event. So, middle fingers to everyone else that think Bayley and Io should not be getting screwed
matches.
It
still have multiple titles.
Get screwed over. Sorry, I'm gonna continue to pound the table for Bayley Io night 1 main event.
So I'm gonna go ahead and flip to another little off script here for Onion. But if we're looking at doing things the right way, taking care of things as we want to take care of them, I have a premium live event concept, especially when you're dealing with brand versus brand. That I think would be a refreshing take on how to handle the draft, the shakeups, whatever. And I call it high stakes. GM and GM go together on screen, and they pick a match that loser joins the other brand, and you start going through them. See, you let say the SmackDown GM come out. All right, you know what? We're gonna have Roman's gonna challenge whomever, so we can bring him over to SmackDown and go back and forth with this to have that shakeup happen via losses. That person's coming in with a loss. I got something to prove. There's already a story built in, and you let that be. I think Survivor Series. I get it. People love it. I hate it, but that's me. It just becomes too convoluted with 12 guys in a ring. That's not a Rumble match. So I would love to see some like high stakes take the place in a brand war where you can start moving talent through a premium live event, because that's to get my eyes on it.
It's a good way to get rid of the draft.
Right. I mean, it's make the changes storyline. That's what I'm here for. Not a forced draft, which isn't really a draft. Yeah, no. Give me something different. So just want to throw out there. But that being said, with Mania, we have the brands. Why can't SmackDown have a night and Raw have a night? Why can't we do things like that? To your point, say, hey, you know what, we're going to have this. Or, hey, Rumble winners. Okay, Rumble winners all well and good. But we saw Elimination Chamber winners, too, who also have a right to a title match that's still worth looking at.
Yeah, you get the right to the secondary title. Sorry.
Well,
still a world title, but a secondary title.
It goes back to me going like Night of Champions. Let me see Rhea versus Io. Which title really is secondary?
I'd love to see that.
Right. It'd be fun. But hey, if we were creative, we could see these things, but we're not, and that's why we're talking here. But Troy threw, and here I've talked about before, you know, Rock, special guest referee. I can see it again. Pull out the, hey, I'm a board member. This is my company. I'm doing what I want to do. But we'll see. Going down the balance here a little bit. If we could double swerve, Rock attacks Roman, but the Shield reunites to help Roman retain. Roman goes face, and we get head of the table Rock versus Roman at SummerSlam. Could still have Cody win, and then we have a solid SummerSlam main event. So what I'm going to go to here, though, is Mox isn't coming back. Just let that go. But what if Cody takes Mox's spot? If you go to a Mox and Cody, Seth, Roman Shield, it still has something there for it. You know, you still have that play you can go to now. Mox and Cody are different guys. I get it, but you can still have a flavor. The Four Horsemen also existed with different people too. So why can't the Shield?
Because all of us that love the Shield want the Shield back, and Mox signed a several-year extension with AEW that, is going to end his career and end his professional wrestling career in AEW, and that's it. He's a father. He's going to be done after this contract, I believe. I can see it, but here's the thing: just let it be Rock Roman, face Rock, heel Roman, main event of SummerSlam. Period.
Yeah, I think the face turn for Roman's going to be a challenge right now because they've gone so far into us buying into the heel storyline. We asked for it, we got it. They got to the point where it's a legitimate hate and not just thank God he's finally a heel. Now it's like, oh my gosh, he's still here. What the heck? So I want to see that transpire. Give Roman some time away. I don't know. There's pieces of it that I think would make this a lot of fun. But
you do to Roman what they did to Okada when Okada lost the IWGP Heavyweight Championship after 2 years of holding it in 14 massive main events. Every time that championship was put up for grabs, it was the greatest IWGP Heavyweight run of all time. So you can argue it's the greatest world title run of all time. But look at what happened with Okada afterwards. He snapped. He had no idea what to do without the title. For crying out loud, he was Balloon Okada at one point and just has balloons come into the ring. He didn't know what to do when he was all out. He kind of made a little bit. I was like, okay, he still got his remix theme, and he looks like he's half party, half serious. And then you got all the way to Wrestle Kingdom. He came out with a new attire, came back with the trunks, and he had to go refine himself. I'd love to see them be able to do that with Roman. What is Roman going to do now after 4 years without the WWE Championship? Let him go and find it. Is he going to go spiral down and get even, double down on his heel gimmick and say this is Rock's fault, and then you lead that into SummerSlam? I would love to see that kind of story progression with Roman.
That'd be fun. I think there's a lot of ways you can go with that, and I agree with you. It'd be a fun road to go down overall. Thanks,
Brandon.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brandon.
But anyway, that being said, going into Elimination Chamber, we're going to talk about this a little bit, and I'm going to start us off with, I think, what's going to be overlooked coming into it, but could be one of the better segments of the night, and that's going to be Cody and Seth and the Grayson Waller effect. So I like Grayson Waller a lot. I love the character. I love what they're doing with it. It's easy to hate the guy. Bring it on.
Excuse me. That was not for Grayson Waller. I'm just tired.
No, I get it, man. It's been a long week. It's only Tuesday. But Grayson Waller, with Awesome Theory, to me, if this becomes a tag team match, if this becomes Seth turncoats on Cody already, it's too soon for that, in my opinion. But I do think he plants seeds. I just don't know. I feel like there's some pieces here we can get, but I want to see what this bit's about, because this is more of a Raw or SmackDown segment. This is not a Elimination Chamber segment. So something's got to happen here that's worthwhile. But what do you expect from it, I guess?
I don't care.
Fair enough.
I just don't care.
Yeah.
Like, the Rumble having 4 or 5 matches, I understand. You have 1 to 1.5 hour matches. You have Elimination Chambers that are going to go 45 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes apiece. Yep. I get it. But Elimination Chamber still had matches in every other year. You've got a tag match for the tag titles. You've got a women's world title match, and you get the 2 chambers.
I think we're seeing here is creative just being scared to get guys hurt. So it's almost that spot of recoiling back, because they went from where there's a lot of viewer fatigue we saw at a lot of the events for a long time that hurt their ratings, hurt people's perception of the whole event. So I think they're trying to keep these things shorter for us, or give us that 2 to 3 hours.
Isn't this a venue that's supposed to put like 60,000 in seats?
Yeah, it's a stadium. It's a massive stadium.
And you're giving them 4 matches.
You know it's going to be on dark, though. They can always do more things with it. I mean, you're there. I think there's more opportunities, but I can see we're trying to keep the televised event to 3 hours. I mean, look, Rhea and Nia Jax is not going to be more than 15 minutes. That's going to be – I don't think Nia can go for more than 15 minutes. I think that's going to be her max there regardless. I think that we do see a really long tag team match, though, between Judgment Day and checking my notes here again. New Catch Republic, whatever. British Strong Style is so much better. British Strong Style.
Conman said the same thing. He's like, British Strong Style. What's the New Catch Republic? He said something. I'm like, the New Catch Republic just like flat. It was just so fun. I'm like, what?
Yeah. I mean, the big, strong Bruiserweight's been more fun. There's so many other options to go with here. This is not what I would have done. The New Catch Republic. Okay, bud. But anyway, that being said, I think we're going to see a phenomenal match. And I'm thrilled to have Tyler Bate being featured on a Premium Live event in this capacity. The guy's talented is fun to watch. Getting Pete Dunne, being Pete Dunne, this is going to be phenomenal. I'm telling you, this could be that match that just kind of makes everyone start to, if they do this right, and I think they will, we get that NXT style tag team match.
Yep.
And that's what I want to see. Give me a half hour. Give me hot tags.
All 4 of the guys can do it.
Absolutely.
You can say whatever you want about Priestley. This guy can work.
Yep.
Okay. He's still going to Money in the Bank briefcase. He's got 3-4 months left to cash that thing in. There's plenty of time. But this could be the implosion of the Judgment Day. Finn versus Priest at Mania. There's a match for you. I mean, like, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, I think, will get the tag titles. They could do, like, that in and of itself. You tell me Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate versus whoever at Mania could be a show stealer. I don't care who you put next to him.
Yep.
I think they give it to Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, and this is where we start seeing the Judgment Day implode, so to speak. But I don't know. I think that match is going to be really interesting of itself. You know, tag team name aside, I've never cared for the Judgment Day. I don't really give a damn if it blows up. Apparently, it's one of the best stables in wrestling. I don't care. So
I'm on their side of this. I enjoy Judgment Day. I enjoy what they have, and they've been overshadowed by the Bloodline being there. Just takes that heat off of them. That these guys turned on Edge. Like that still matters. I don't care who you are. That still matters. And Damian Priest has had an amazing run here on the main roster. That he was kind of booked secondhand in NXT. Even he got good matches, but he's never given these chances. He's acquitted himself well with Bad Bunny. He's done a lot of good things. I think Damian Priest has rightfully earned respect from the WWE Universe, and this is where I'm happy to be on the spot. However, I would love to see Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne go up against DIY at WrestleMania. Let those guys go and give us
yes, please,
an amazing tag match. Like that would be the best half-hour television I'll watch all year.
That could go 45 minutes. That would
right.
be an amazing tag match. Just give that to me as all of night one. Just that match.
Well, you still want your Io and Bailey match, but
okay, that could come afterwards. But just that.
But
again, this is what I'm saying. Like Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate versus DIY. Good luck beating that match the entire weekend from a wrestling standpoint.
Right. No, it's the wrestling fan's dream. The passive viewer probably won't care so much, but people like us are going to be geeking out and popping every other second. So R-Truth is the other piece I got to talk about here. I am loving some R-Truth right now. I am a sucker for the comedic breakup, the R-Truth being R-Truth. I love it. So I'm curious though where he falls in here. Is he going to cost Judgment Day their belts? Is he going to tick off Rhea and Nia? I don't know. There's a lot to be said here for it, and I'm here for it. Ron, you're killing it, if you know what I'm saying. But
well played.
But let me talk to you. Men's Elimination Chamber match. LA Knight. Yeah. KO, Logan Paul, Bobby Lashley, Randy Orton, and Drew McIntyre.
Some of the crazy shit we're going to see from Logan Paul in this match is going to be phenomenal.
Absolutely. I hope they cut him loose and let him do his dumb stuff he's going to try.
All right,
he's
going
to get hurt.
Quick question on Logan Paul. Is he the last entrant out of the pods? Or do they let him go?
I don't think he's last, but I don't think he's early either. I think he's probably second to last.
Okay. I was going to say, like, this would be the longest match he would have in the WWE so far, and it's a chamber match. This isn't like it's a ring. Not like a ring is forgiving, but this is steel chains. The steel chains are not forgiving. How do you book Paul? Do you let him go for 20, 30 minutes, which would be a lot longer than he's ever gone in the WWE before in a match? Or, do you just let him come out first? Do you let him come out last? Like, what would you do for Logan Paul? We'll get into the wrestlers. I just wanted to ask you that because I think that's really interesting.
So I would use him there and tease this. I think I would have LA Knight and Logan Paul be the last guys out of their pods.
Okay.
I would tease the universe that LA Knight win just to get him mad at me. I would have Logan Paul be in that spot where he can still attack KO. But if I'm protecting Logan Paul, I'm getting Lashley out of there before Logan's in the match.
Yeah, Lashley's the one that seems out of place in this match.
I mean, I like to watch Lashley wrestle. I hate to hear him talk. I hate to see him do it. Like, just give me him wrestling against other big guys, and I enjoy it. But Randy Orton's my sleeper pick here to win. I'm picking Drew, but Randy's my sleeper of who's going to come out of this thing. I think you can put a Randy and Seth match at Mania that's going to absolutely just pop. And especially if you can have a way to have Seth be full-blown heel and let Randy stay babyface, that could go like just absolutely nuclear. And I love it.
I think Drew wins too. I mean, Randy Seth had a great initial opener match at Mania 31. Was outstanding. You had to highlight the comment I was ignoring. But no, like I wouldn't mind seeing Orton and Seth again. Again, they had a great match at Mania 31.
Mm-hmm.
And I have no problem with it being for the title. I think it's Drew. You give the title to Drew.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think at some point, Priest has a failed cash-in.
So I think we get Drew beating Seth at Mania and Seth going against Cody then when he doesn't have his back. I shielded you didn't shield me. What the heck? And that's our build for SummerSlam is Seth versus Cody at SummerSlam. But
you could.
I think they tease us with an LA Knight win that gets taken away from us probably by Logan Paul. And we see that become LA Knight, Logan Paul at Mania.
LA Knight is in such a weird holding pattern.
This is why I want to see him go against Logan Paul. Give him a shot at a belt. The U.S. title is still legitimate. Let him do this. And we can really enjoy something with him. A mid-card belt is still a belt that I want to see. Give this time while you have these other pieces going. Keep him hot. Keep him relevant. I'm here for LA Knight coming out every week, open challenge. Yeah. Like, we can have fun with this one. KO to me is going to be the Iron Man who carries this match.
Yes.
I think he starts off in one of the first two. I think it's
Orton and Lashley.
Yeah, I think KO and Lashley or KO and Randy make sense for the first two because Randy can pace himself in a match. He can handle all this. The guy looks phenomenal right now. But that's where I'm going with this. I think we could tease an LA Knight win. I think Logan Paul has some viral moments, if you will. And then, but I would love to see it come down to Drew pins LA Knight for the win. And
yeah, I can see that.
That's where I think it's going to end up going. Unless they want to steer to the Randy skid. But before we go to the women's match, Brandon threw another comment here to us. I want to throw out and thank you, Combs, for this. Do you guys like a 2-night WrestleMania? Personally, I hate it. Would rather see a 5-hour one-night event. Now, look, I'll tell you from my personal experience. I went to WrestleMania in New Orleans, 7.5 hours, and not including the pre-show. It's a long time.
Too long.
Being in the arena watching the wrestling. I love it, but like when I rewatched the Mania at home that week, I was like, wow, some of those later matches are a lot better than I remembered them. Now, part of this was I bought too cheap of tickets. I'm by the guys who want to drink beer and talk stupid, and they're passive casual fans. But it's a long stinking time. I get the one night, keep it all contained, but I do like the ability of the 2 nights to let us have stories carry over from night 1 to night 2. However, I do miss having Saturday night NXT TakeOver. Stand and Deliver is still a great event. I'm still going to be all about watching that, but putting that at noon just feels weird. Like it feels like you're literally little brothering it when it was
because NXT is not what it used to be.
But they can build it up again. They can do that again.
You don't have the indie talent to build it up like that again. That was a special era.
Well, I'll disagree and say that I think that there's enough pieces there you can do it with.
Again, in my opinion,
I get it. It's right now AEW has taken a lot of those people that you would see coming into that role to going through the development center and performance center and doing all this. But going to the women's match here. We've got some names here, but the name I'm looking at the most is Miss Tiffany Stratton.
Yep.
Talk about a rocket strap. She has just been launched into the stratosphere with this push. I'm enjoying it. I mean, she looks great. She's handling herself well in her promos. Um, I'm enjoying Tiff time. I'll admit it. I'm here for it. What do you think about Tiffany Stratton thus far?
Look, as much as I never saw any of Stratton's NXT work. Again, I don't watch NXT anymore. I watch clips just because there's no one in NXT that makes me really care outside of my boy Carmelo Hayes. But I'm kidding. But in all seriousness, Stratton apparently had a great 1 year run with the title. This is not the spot. It is going to be Becky versus Rhea for the title. Get the belt off Rhea. Make it relevant. Sorry, Rhea. I think what's going to be interesting is the last two could be Becky and Bianca. Or at some point, Jade's music hits and costs Bianca the match, thus setting up Jade Bianca at Mania, which is a match that I want to see, and a match that in a singles match, I think would do both of them really good.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think that's a way for Bianca and Jade to have a little bit of fun and to get Jade accustomed to not only the big stage at Mania, but to get her accustomed to the WWE style of doing things.
Mm-hmm.
My opinion, again, like you could have Rhea versus whoever, but not Rhea. I mean, Jade versus whoever. But I do think Jade is better off coming in as a heel. She got her pop at the Rumble. Give Jade and Bianca, just give us that dream match already at Mania to start things off. Becky versus Rhea for the title at Mania. Excuse me. What?
He is a betting man.
Future fourth ex-wife. Oh, sorry, that kind of caught me off guard. I never said Rhea wasn't awesome. She just hasn't done anything with the title.
I'll disagree with that, but I know what you're saying. I get where you're coming from. I just disagree. I think Rhea has been good for the title, good for women's wrestling, because she is no dude wants to wrestle her. I mean, she is as legit looking of a champ as you're going to see in the division. And this is where people like Liv, Tiffany Stratton are gonna struggle. And you put them against Rhea, it just
They're
looks
not ready
weird.
yet. Right. Liv has been a nice story. People got the Liv story. I mean, it's a nice story. Tiffany Stratton, I think, is a wild card in this match. You know what you really could do? Have her be the first one out of the pods and let her go.
I think you get the chicken shit heel play from her. The running and hiding, she's gonna be chased by somebody at some point. That's gonna be her role in this, if I had to bet. But I mean, Raquel being the last one added, between Bianca and Raquel, you got some strong ladies there that look and act the part.
Yeah, you could have a couple of, push-up spots with just whoever from both of those just staring off in the ring.
I mean, Liv and Tiffany are both the right size for that. They can both take those pieces, and it makes sense.
We're overlooking Naomi, probably the second biggest name in this match, and we have just overlooked her.
So, I mean, and that's a good point, though. If I was looking at this power ranking-wise, based on name, profile, everything, Becky is obviously the biggest one in this match for me.
Yep.
Bianca is number 2 for me.
Yeah, Naomi's probably 3, my opinion.
But I will argue number 3 is Liv.
Ugh.
And she's had a good title run. She's been in a role of a serious title run, not feeling that glow, as it were. I don't know. I feel like Naomi was a champ when it wasn't as impressive.
That's the thing. She's never gotten a proper run, like where it's mattered, right? Like it should be Becky 1. I take back, and Naomi's 3. And when I go back and look at the names, it's Becky 1, Bianca 2, Naomi 3 should be the names. You can argue Tiff should be 4, Liv 5, and Raquel 6. Raquel just hasn't done anything.
Put some respect on Liv's name, sir. My gosh.
I don't care. This is how much I give a bleep about WWE. Liv's title run is like Rhea's. I don't care.
That's fair enough.
At least
But that
Io's
brings us.
title run I've been following.
So Raquel,
Somewhat.
to me, again, is another one that I
Somewhat.
enjoy seeing her in-ring work. Raquel is the Bobby Lashley of the women's division for me. I like watching her work in the ring, but keep the microphone out of her face.
Fair.
Also, the whole weird like back flex thing is just kind of awkward to me.
I don't understand that.
I mean, she has good lats. Great, cool, got
Congrats.
it. But it's just different. But anyway, picking your winner. I mean, you picked Becky before. I think Bianca, because of Jade Cargill issues, I think that's why you got to keep her out of winning this one.
Got it.
But I'm going to go with Liv as my dark horse. Becky is my pick.
Becky, my pick. Tiffany Stratton is my dark horse.
Okay, fair enough. So we're going to introduce a new game here to everyone. We want to give us a little title of open and closed doors. So how this is going to work, Adam and I are going to go back and forth. We both assign ourselves to a promotion or promotions, and we're going to fantasy book an event. Want to see your comments on what you think of the match we create here. Adam to start us off. He's representing AEW, New Japan, Ring of Honor. I'm on the WWE side with a little flavor of Impact being put to mine as well. So, Adam, fire away. First match. What's the match? And who do you got from AEW in it?
First match. Let's do something fun. Standard tag team match. Give me the Young Bucks.
Okay. Then I'm going DIY.
Yes, that'd be fun.
And so I think this is where we get even though Johnny and Ciampa are smaller guys, not necessarily as aerial, but they'll do well with the Bucks spots. And I think this is where I would put the Bucks over in the match, but I think it's going to be a really enjoyable situation. I think this is one that I would want to see some, I guess, super kicks from DIY on the Bucks. Just give us some little flavors of what we've seen. Maybe get some crutches in there for DIY to almost use but not actually use on the Bucks. I don't know, but all that said, I think it's going to be a good match. How would you book the ending, and who'd you put over?
Young Bucks win, but I think DIY shines.
Okay.
This match does not need a title.
Agreed. No, I agree. I think it's a good come out hot, come out fast, get everyone on their feet, and get them excited.
I just want to say, since we're doing this as a booking between companies, there's one match that AEW hasn't done yet, and they have all three tag teams to do it. Bucks, Lucha Brothers, FTR. Just saying. See, even the puppy agrees with me.
He does. Give me TLC for that one, though.
Oh, yes, absolutely. That would be amazing. Ben,
all
you're
right,
up.
So if we're going with that, then I'm going to go to the women's division.
Okay.
For a title match. And I do want to see Rhea go against Hikaru Shida. But you can pick your wrestler. I'm not picking your wrestler for you.
Rhea and Hikaru Shida, I think, would be interesting.
But I when I turn there, I pick your wrestler for you. That's yours to pick, not mine. But I want to put Rhea out there.
Shida was still in AEW. Sorry.
Yeah.
3-time women's world champion, by the way, Hikaru Shida.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Chris Statlander.
Okay. Yeah, I like it.
You got Rhea as an underrated power wrestler who is a good technical wrestler. Chris Statlander, a power wrestler and a good technical wrestler. And I think that would be a ton of fun. Give me that for the is this for a title or no?
It is for the title. Rhea putting her title on the line.
Excellent.
So I do book this with interference to set up a match for another time, but I would have Judgment Day come out and interfere, and I want to see Best Friends come out for Chris and let Best Friends and Judgment Day go at it a little bit in the sides. Rhea wins dirty. Rhea wins dirty.
Yep, I like it. I agree.
So, going snake style, I'll pick my next match here. I'm going to go with a TLC match. Mm-hmm. And what I want to do here is go back and forth with names we're going to throw into it. This is going to be for the Intercontinental title, as Gunther will have to defend the Intercontinental title in a TLC match, singles TLC match.
Okay, so it's a singles. It's not triple threat or fatal four-way.
This is gonna be 6-man TLC singles.
6-man TLC singles.
Yep, with Gunther being the first one for the IC.
Bryan Danielson won.
Okay. I'm gonna throw Miz in this.
Zack Sabre Jr. from New Japan.
Nice. Whenever I see him, he looks like he hurts people. Like, that's just a guy. Like, man, like it feels like an '80s villain an '80s movie villain. Like, just I don't know. Anyway, my last one I'm gonna throw into this is gonna be Kofi Kingston.
Oh my goodness. Will Ospreay, AEW.
All right.
The amount of spots that we could have in this match, Danielson and Gunther chopping the bleep out of each other. Sabre and Ospreay are going to go absolutely nuts doing what they need to do. Kofi's going to have high spots. Miz is going to do whatever he cleverly can to go get the title. This would be a ton of fun.
So this is where, while everything else is going on the sideshow, I do strap Miz in this one. Even though he probably needs the least of, besides Danielson, needs the least of any of them, I would strap Miz in this match. But I would do this with, to your point, Sabre and Oscar being taken up by their own shenanigans with Gunther, and just an absolute, like, sort of hamburger chest for all of them. Between Danielson, the four guys are just going to go nuts. Kofi and Miz, give me a spot where they're both like bickering over the ladders while the other guys are slapping the crap out of each other. But I see Miz sneaking out in the corner and getting up there and getting the title. And
Agreed. Like I said, the one guy who's gonna pick his opportunity as everyone else is doing the wrestling stuff. You have the other guy coming like, did you all forget about the title that's hanging in the ring?
Exactly what I expect. Exactly what I want.
Did you just forget about these? Looking at everyone like, yeah, you forgot about this.
So that's where I go. How would you book the ending, and who would you take for your winner?
I agree. I agree with you. I think give it to Miz. There's going to be tons of wrestling spots in this. Have the top of the ladder, get this, and he goes, "Y'all forgot about this," and he holds the title up high. He's like, "Y'all forgot about it. I'm champ, and you were all too busy doing your high fly, flippy dippy crap."
By the way, I expect while he has his belt holding it up, I fully expect Will Ospreay to push it over. Fully expect this to happen, and just watch Miz go tumbling down, like hit the ropes, and it just becomes an absolute, like, just ruin the moment for him, and just see an absolute bloodbath of an ending. It just keeps going.
Outstanding.
Like, the fight literally goes backstage, and through the rest of the event, you just see these 6 guys fighting backstage all night, all over the place. I think it'd be a blast, Stadium Stampede style. All right, your match is next. What kind of match are we doing, and who's in it?
It has to be wrestlers that have signed, not free agents. So I can't use Mercedes Moné. I can't use Okada. I could use Ospreay because he was announced and signed at Full Gear last year. Let's do a fun one. I already called one out earlier. Just a fantasy match I want to see in general. I've been talking about it for years. This Tanahashi Cena Ace versus Ace. But I'm going to go with a singles match. Number 1 contender match. Jay White. Number 1 contender for a world title.
I got to book AJ Styles there.
That would be fantastic.
So,
former leader of Bullet Club versus former leader of Bullet Club. I love it.
Yeah, that's where I've got to go with AJ Styles. I would like this to be a passing of the torch moment, though, where White goes over.
Yep.
But again, this is one that could steal a show very easily, because there's going to be some amazing spots in this. You're going to have some amazing promo work. But I would personally put Jay White over clean, with some very interesting run-ins from former Bullet Club members teasing everything they possibly can.
Agreed. Guns come in, the OG comes in, be a ton of fun all around. I also have Jay White winning that.
Okay. And your next match.
All right, my next match is for the AEW World Title. MJF, the champion. Who you got?
All right. Bringing in my scumbag. MJF.
I got a fun one for the last couple matches.
You know what? Just so I want to see the promos in this, I'm going to go LA Knight. Give me MJF and LA Knight.
I think MJF would promo circles around LA Knight, but that would be fun.
MJF wrestling is going to, I get that, but the promos would be a blast. Watching these two guys go back and forth would be an absolute riot. Yeah, please give it to me. I'd enjoy it immensely.
That'd be great.
So the next one I want to do is going to be a street fight.
Nice. Oh, I have MJF winning that match, by the way.
Oh, sorry. My fault there.
You're good.
I think we both assumed MJF was winning that match. I think it's kind of the assumption, but if I'm being honest, it wasn't the match I was worried about. It was the promos and the talking and the storytelling.
Exactly, because that's what we'd be there for.
So, street fight, but I want to put Drew McIntyre in this.
Okay.
Who you give him to fight?
Title, non-title?
Non-title. Well, at least on my side. If you want to put a title on it from AEW, go nuts. Or IWGP. It's all legitimate.
I got two names. I'm saving one for one of my matches later. Give me Shingo Takagi from New Japan.
And how do you see this match playing out?
McIntyre wins, but Takagi he's going to show everyone why he is so good and why he's a former IWGP World Champion.
Okay.
I just think the style that Takagi wrestles can go toe-to-toe with McIntyre, and they can really do well and tell a great story.
And because it's how I am, I'm going to go with another. I agree with you. Like McIntyre takes this one. I think it's going to be but I want it to be knocked down. Just everything should be tore up. I would like to see them. I would have them bump into Will Ospreay and Zack Sabre fighting backstage in the middle of all of this. Like it's got to be that moment.
Continue to have that fight going backstage.
100% all night. It's just it keeps popping up. Give it to me. I would love to see it. I mean, why not, right? Maybe they take some licks from the guys. Maybe Drew, set up a little like stare down between. I don't know. The world's our oyster. Give me some fun. The next one I'm going to go to is going to be a Hell in a Cell Fatal 4-Way.
Oh, okay.
This is for a title. This is for Seth's title.
The world
Seth
title.
Rollins is my first competitor here.
Are we taking injuries into consideration?
I mean, MJF and Seth Rollins are just books, so not really.
Okay. Adam Cole.
I'm going to get destroyed for this one. But you know what? Never mind. I was going to go with Dijak. I'm not going to.
If you're going Dijak, I'm going Keith Lee, and I'm putting them in a singles match.
And that's exactly what I was thinking about. But no, I'm not going to go Dijak. I'm putting Finn Balor in this match. Even though, I feel like this is just a spot that I can't help myself. I want to see Finn Balor in this Hell in a Cell with Seth Rollins again. There will be staples.
All right, last entrant in this. How many matches we have left in this fantasy booking so I know who I have left to book?
So I want to say, let's see, so far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7. So we have 3 more matches left.
Each? Or the book?
Total.
Okay. All right. So 2 for me, and the last one's yours. All right. So I got a couple names I want to save. Let's I was gonna go with Wardlow based on the current stable, but
Yep.
I really want to see because it's Seth, Cole, and Finn. See, there's no one in Ring of Honor that just kind of stands out. I'm trying to think of New Japan guys. There's no one currently in New Japan that sticks out for me.
While you're thinking, I'm gonna throw an idea out there. Just while keep thinking, I want your answer, not my answer here. But I'll throw Kenny Omega into this if I were in another spot to look at it. Again, you might have him say something different. But I think Kenny Omega with this group would be the actual technical wrestling done between him, Rollins, Balor, and Cole would be an absolute blast to watch. Malachi Black is another one I was thinking about. But if you're going New Japan, it's a little different angle to go with.
I'm just trying to figure out like who else I would put there. I could see putting Black there, but I don't want to do that. I'm trying to think of because there are names I'm saving, and Kenny Omega would wipe the floor with all of them. Heck, a dream match would be Rollins versus Omega 1-on-1.
Absolutely.
I like the Omega call. Give me Wheeler Yuta.
Okay. I like that a lot.
And I think Yuta could eat a couple of spots. But I think because he's an underrated technical wrestler, he doesn't have the best character developed yet. He's not Rollins. He's not Cole. He's not Finn. They've had their chances. They're well known. Yuta isn't well known. And I want to take him and put him in this match. Go shine, kid. I'm not having him win. Matter of fact, I thought I would book Cole to win the belt. And I would have Cole pin Rollins clean or Cole pin
Balor.
Thank you. Yeah, Cole pin Finn. But I think Yuta would be able to impress in this match. And in a cage, there's no room to hide. You're gonna be shown. And I think this would allow Yuta to take that next step up and have people put a little bit more respect on him. Again, he's still young. He's still young. He's still finding himself. But this whole BCC arc he's been on has been really good for him. So I would love to see Wheeler Yuta, from a technical standpoint, go to toe-to-toe with the other three.
Okay. Yeah. The only most thing was Mox. Getting Mox and Seth in the match would be fun.
Yeah, there's a reason I'm saving him.
Fully understood, but just in the same discussion, yeah, I actually put Wheeler Yuta over in this one. I would have Wheeler.
Ooh.
I would have him pin Finn.
I can see that.
And with Cole and Rollins looking dumbfounded in the corner, both trying to cheat somehow.
Pretty much.
And Balor and Yuta being in the middle, and then Yuta pinning Balor is how I would book this. To use that to launch Wheeler and swerve the crowd here a little bit. With the storyline here being he's been with Mox, their whole thing has been like fighting violence. Hell in a Cell is made for violence. Let Wheeler shine in that light and let him go that direction.
I like it. I like it.
All right, your match. What do you got?
All right. It's time. The final 2 matches. AEW Women's World Title. Timeless Toni Storm. Who you got facing one of the best gimmicks of the last 20 years in professional wrestling?
I've got to go Bayley.
I was hoping you'd give me Becky, but I like Bayley so much better.
So I would go heel Bayley to boot. Give me the make the girl wear your psych meds jokes. Go full blown just go nuts with this. Let Bayley uncork a little bit, and I think it'd be a blast. Becky would be fun, but yeah, if this is a head-to-head clean matchup, I'm going Toni Storm and Bayley, and I would try to call out as much as I can to Bailey, Sasha, and Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
Let there be moments similar, but let Tony do her thing, and it'll be a blast. And what's your next match?
So once Mercedes and
you went
Okada,
first.
No, you're fine. So once Okada, Mercedes and Okada sign with AEW, I can actually put them in these fantasy bookings. Also want to give a shout out to our buddy Charlie, and sorry for stealing your comments things here, Ben, but Charlie was unable to make it tonight. He wants Moxley versus Mick Foley in a cage.
It'd be a blast, wouldn't it? I'd be terrified for Foley's death the entire time, but
can we turn the clock back and say like 90s or early 2000s Mick Foley?
Yeah, we get him thrown from the top of the cage again. Yeah,
those two would go nuts. All right, so this is what I've been waiting to save. AEW World Tag Team Championships are on the line. The Blackpool Combat Club, Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli versus who? Actually, excuse me. Let's do this even fun. Make it a fatal four-way.
Okay. I'm here for it. Good question. You got me thinking here a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I want to go AOP. And that just my first one. Again, not there to win, but I want Paul Ellering. I want the whole feel. Let AOP be there. Maybe a carrying cross fighting. But yeah, I want AOP as my first one in that match.
Second tag team is going to be FTR.
Okay.
Three tag teams that can hit hard.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and just be this much further out here. I'm going to take Braun and Corbin and throw them in this match as well.
Oh, that would be fun. A hard-hitting fatal four-way for the AEW World Tag Team titles. I like it. All right, Ben, who you booking to win that match? I'm going FTR, and they pin the BCC, which starts this insane storytelling feud between the two.
Yeah, I'm all about that. I'm on the same page. I think that Corbin and Braun, AOP, are just there to create blood, which Mox is good for too. But yeah, I got FTR winning that match. Greatest tag team on earth.
Final match on the card, Ben.
Well, sticking with my theme of going with gimmick matches, I got to go with one more gimmick match, which is one of my favorite styles of match to begin with. And we're going to do a 20-man Royal Rumble match.
Do you want us just to include everyone we haven't mentioned yet?
Well, it's not everybody. I want to keep this a little bit limited because there's pieces I want to play towards a little bit that'll make this make a little more sense for us. But this Royal Rumble match winner can challenge for any title on any promotion affiliated with the event.
I like it.
So with that said, I really, really want to see us go Karrion Kross to start off with, just because I think there's some mind game pieces here that I want to see come out. And I would like to see this go more the direction of, I want Karrion to be the new Bray so bad. And he's the closest we have to that psychological piece.
Yeah.
But Karrion Kross is my first one.
All right. You want to play psychological? Before you even said it, I knew who my first entrant's going to be. The IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, Tetsuya Naito.
I like it.
At least I think he beat Sonata at Wrestle Kingdom. I watched it and I already forgot.
All right. And then I'm going to put Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes is my next one.
All right. I'll give you Keith Lee.
Yeah, Dijak's going in then.
Of course he is.
Have to.
Dante Martin.
All right. I'm going to put in Chad Gable.
Action Andretti.
Austin Theory.
Chris Jericho.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Trick Williams.
That would be fun. Ricky Starks.
Ilya Dragunov.
That would be fun. Sammy Guevara. How many each do we get left?
Yes. We got 3 left for each of us.
Okay.
So I'm going to see your Sammy and Razy as Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn, okay. Now, I'll go Darius Martin. Complete top flight.
Okay. Well, while we're having fun, Andrade's going in here.
Yeah, that makes too much sense. So many guys we could enter here. Max Caster.
All right, I need your help picking my last one because I got 2 guys I'm kind of going back and forth with right now. And it's 2 very different approaches. The first one's Braun Strowman.
Mm-hmm.
Actually throwing a true beast into the match. It's fun, but I mean, Dijack's kind of already there, so the spot's kind of already filled. So I'm kind of going,
Yep.
I'm not completely there. The other one, I'm kind of, I don't know, not committed to here is bringing in, darn, I'm blanking the name now. I had his name in front of me and I just forgot it. That's, where'd he go again? Dexter Lumis. So Dexter Lumis.
Ooh, okay.
Again, very different approaches. But going back to my start with my psych pick, another psych pick, Karrion Kross, but Dexter Lumis or Braun are kind of my 2 I'm going back and forth with. So,
well, don't we have 2 picks left each?
We have 1 pick left each.
I thought we had 2 left. If that's the case, I'm replacing Max Caster. I thought we had 2 left. I'm replacing Max Caster with Swerve Strickland.
Okay.
Whose house?
Swerve's house.
Swerve's house.
You know what? With Swerve being there, I'm gonna keep Braun then. Sorry, Dexter.
All right, and the last will be the current AEW World Champion Samoa Joe.
All right. So how I want to do this is break me down to who are the last 4 standing. Reminder of who's here: Karrion Kross, Unido, Carmelo Hayes, Keith Lee, Dante Martin, Dijak, Chad Gable, Austin Theory, Action Andretti, Chris Jericho, Trick Williams, Ricky Starks, Sammy Guevara, Ilya Dragunov, Sami Zayn, Darius Martin, Andrade, Swerve Strickland, Samoa Joe, and Braun Strowman. Who are your final 4?
Kross, Naito, Swerve, and Joe. I think Braun's 5th and Joe eliminates him.
Okay.
Leads to the final 4. And Swerve has been disrespected enough. He's the one, like LA Knight in AEW, who's been in this weird holding pattern. Give me Swerve for the right to challenge any champion of his choosing. I have Swerve winning.
All right, my final four are going to be Keith Lee, Dijak, Sami Zayn, and Chris Jericho.
I like it.
Jericho's going to do his normal Rumble bits of sliding underneath the ropes, sit in the corner, everyone else eliminate themselves, and when we think there's only 3 left, he's going to slide in. Jericho's still legal. Jericho's still legal. At which time he gets promptly eliminated by Keith Lee, who stopped beating up each other to go take out Chris Jericho.
When they're not doing insane Spanish flies all over the ring.
And but Sami Zayn's my winner here.
I like it.
So that's how I'd go. So in the future, thank you for playing, by the way. I think so just to recap here real quick, go from the top of the cards. Been half hour plus since we talked about it.
The card also is in no particular order.
Yeah, definitely understood. But starting off, Bucks going over DIY. Rhea over Statlander. Miz winning a TLC IC title match. We have Jay White going over AJ Styles. A number 1 contender match.
I just want to check. Are Ospreay and Sabre still fighting backstage?
All night. All night.
I just wanted to make sure that was still happening.
So if we were talking match order, put the TLC match first and have it be the recurring thing is all night they're still fighting backstage. Like every backstage interview, every whatever else we're gonna do, you see these guys knocking stuff over and breaking things. MJF going over LA Knight in the AEW World Championship match. Street fight, Drew McIntyre goes over. I can't remember my own handwriting. Who'd you say again?
We've had too many matches.
Takagi?
Oh, yeah, Shingo Takagi.
Sorry, yeah. My writing's terrible. Then I had Yuta winning the title match for Hell in a Cell over Finn Balor. You had Adam Cole.
Yep.
AEW Women's title, Toni Storm going over Bayley. We have the AEW World Tag Team Championship Fatal 4-Way, AOP, Braun and Corbin, BCC and FTR winning.
Yeah.
Then we had our 20-man Royal Rumble.
My prediction. By the way, my apologies. I forgot to pick a winner for that women's match. But yeah, I have Timeless Toni Storm winning over Bayley, but that would be fun.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. I forgot to give a winner.
And then going to we either Swerve or Sammy winning our 20-man Royal Rumble match. So in no particular order, that was our open and closed doors first event. So what I would like to see us do in the future, if we can get some people who want friends of the show to come on, we'll bring in some AEW marks, some New Japan mark, whatever promotion people want, and we'll have them go back and forth, create a 5-fight card, and Charlie, yourself, and myself, we will go put our 2 cents in on who has won the night, and that will be the promotion who carries the open and closed doors title until the next chance to run the game.
I like it.
Looking forward to having some of our friends of the show come on and do this with us. But all that said, what else are you looking forward to in wrestling right now? What else are you paying attention to? And before we sign off,
I'm going to AEW Big Business in a couple of weeks. I am looking forward to seeing Mercedes debut. I'm looking forward to seeing an Okada debut. And, Osprey's going to be there. So congrats to Tony Khan and AEW. You got the 3 biggest free agents.
Mm-hmm.
He made, or at least the ones that are out there now. I would love to be able to see something that we kind of already can't assume. Right? Like, is it an MJF return? Is it Cole had been given medical clearance and he's out of the boot? Right? Like, what surprise are we going to get? Because when Tony mentioned this event, he said something to the effect of the biggest night in pro wrestling or the night pro wrestling changes forever. You got Mercedes, you got Okada. There's something that he's keeping so tight, so close to the vest that we're just not thinking of. I'm really looking forward to AEW Big Business. Chamber coming up on Saturday. I'm not waking up early to watch it.
Yeah, I'll be watching Sunday. I'll fully admit that.
There you go. What about you? What are you looking forward to in wrestling coming up here? We get Revolution in a couple of weeks.
Revolution's what I'm looking forward to right now. I do want to see some of these storylines paid off. I need to get back into wrestling, period. I've been kind of on a little bit of a lull in watching all the weekly shows as much as I'd like to. And I'm getting bits and pieces here. Obviously, it's just that time of year. Everything kind of gets crazy in the first quarter, so I try and get this Mania season. It's good stuff, but I just need to get myself caught back up again. But Revolution's what I'm looking forward to for the time being. And, looking forward to being a wrestling fan consistently in the product again. So
love it.
But
all right.
With that said, maybe, just maybe, Tony can truly shock the system. But we'll go as we always do here, shocking the system as well. So thanks again for the conversation. And if I can get this to go for us, we'll see you later.
Later, peoples.
The system.